I created this tool to make it a lot easier to do 180 folds on your book folding. A lot of you have ordered this in my Etsy shop, and thank you so much for your orders. I wanted to do a very quick tutorial and just tips on using this marker so that you have a good success with it. So as you can see, there's several different slots on it, and that's more, depending on what kind of fold you want to do. Maybe that's how big you want to do the 180 fold on it. Maybe it's here. So what I use this bone folder. The other tool that you can use is more like a scoring tool like this. It comes with different size heads on it, so you can use that as well. But pick one and then use the same one for the entire book. And if you haven't gotten this yet, when you do receive it, if you ordered one, you'll see that it has a 90-degree corner on one side. So that's the side that's going to go on this side of the book. So you want to make sure that this is completely flush. You don't want the book to be like this, because that's going to make it harder to gauge where you stop. So you want to make sure that your book is completely straight this way. And I put this on until it stops. So don't stop here. You go with the ruler until it stops going forward. And at that point I hold it tight. And the next trick is, or tip is, whatever tool you're using, make sure that you use the position of the tool the same way every single time. So if you're angling it this way, make sure you do that every time. If you're angling it more this way, do that every time. It's going to give you different lines. So if one time you do it straight up and next time it's down, it's not going to be accurate. So you do need to make sure that your tool is in the same position. I didn't make these slots thinner because I wanted to be able to accommodate different kinds of scoring tools. So that's the reason for that. But as long as you're consistent with how you hold it, you'll have accurate page markings. If you hold it more towards the book, then you're going to end up with a narrower 180 fold versus this way, which it's going to mark against this slot. Same thing here. So you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lines you could mark with this tool. So let's say I'm marking this one and I only go down once with it, and I have the marking folded over, and then you can use the back of your bone folder, and then you have a crisp fold to it. So there's the fold. If you want to do a wider fold, again, hold this the same consistent, and then that's where your fold is there. So you're going to have a wider fold for this, if that's what you choose. It depends on what your book folding is. Now the other trick that I wanted to show you, I'll unfold this so it fits under my holder here, is, like I said, make sure that this is straight up and at 90 degree here, so that this stops completely flush. And then the other question somebody asked was, what happens when you get towards the end of the book? So let's say you're down to these last few pages, like what do I do? Because there's no place to hold this to make sure that it's as accurate. So for something like that, what I do is I will take a couple of tiles and then just put them inside the book here. And that raises the page more for me, so that I can, and I put the tiles flush with the page. So it's not, the ruler won't stop with the tile here. I want to make sure that this is flush with the page so that it's accurate. So once you're there, then you can do your marking again, because you have a hard surface, and then have your fold. Okay, so that's what I do when you get towards the end of the book. So I think this is super helpful in making sure that your markings are even. And then the other great benefit to this is that it's so fast. You don't have to mess around with binder covers or the cover report sliders, measuring, any of that. And you can, if you're, don't want to get this, then I do have the other video that shows 5 different ways that, or 4 additional ways that you can use to do your 180 folds. So I just wanted to show you this book. I did a 180 fold on, and it did not take me very long to get this book folded, and all the pages are even thanks to this. If you have any questions about this tool, let me know. I do have it in the Etsy shop. If you're in a country that I don't have listed yet, please reach out to me and I will check what the shipping charge is to that country and then add that as well. Hope this tool, if you ordered it, I would love to hear from you and what you think of it. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next project.